David, I guess thanks for joining this together with me. It was a bit of a promptu discussion between the both of us. To actually come up with this podcast session. I guess this is our first time doing it together, perhaps, and actually me and Calvin, I mean, for the viewers out there, right, me and Calvin, we just a little bit of background. We met, a couple of years back. We were in the same business programs and whatnot together, and then we recently reconnect back again, and then like work on a couple of projects together and whatnot. So, and then I think with the recent events that are going on and stuff, right, I think both of us felt like at least for me lah, I felt like I want to do something, uh, because recently I've been busy with my content creation, with my Twitch, my YouTube. I'm trying to build that side of things of my personal brand. And then you came into the picture at the right time also, to bring up this whole podcast thingy. So yeah, I mean, uh, and I guess for this particular podcast topic that we're gonna talk about is a little bit about happiness. Our journey in seeking happiness. Both of us went on a different journey. We both have a different path, and I think for me, it's a perfect timing, a perfect topic to be talking about. Because uh, with the recent events that is going on with social media, and with COVID, and a lot of negative news and media out there, and I actually kind of like shy away from social media recently, block myself out from social media, that I don't really want to read too much into all these media stuff. Yeah. So what about you? What about you, Kelvin? Maybe you can give a bit of your background, and then like the reason about coming on this podcast, and uh, what makes you want to talk about this particular topic together with me. Yeah.
Um, Thanks for the intro.
Yep.
I mean, for me, because I've been at home, I mean, I've been working from home even before this whole circuit breaker and everything.
Yep.
So with this circuit breaker, I know it made it a norm for everyone, but it was a norm for me prior to that. And I think fast forward like until now, I'm sort of being have been too comfortable. I feel like being in this situation. I mean, imagine for the past 2 to 3 years just being at home and not
Yeah.
going out.
Yeah.
Um, it kind of like made my brain. I don't know how to put it, but like a bit. I won't say dead, but a bit stagnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
I don't know. I just felt that I wanted to do something that puts me out of my comfort zone.
Yep.
So for people that don't know me, I'm someone that is very very shy on social media. I don't really post anything online on Facebook or Instagram. The only thing that I do post are memes.
Yeah. I actually noticed that a lot about you.
I,
Interesting.
I I really
Yeah.
like to post a lot of memes. Um, and that's really about it. I
Okay.
don't I don't post any lifestyle photos or any kind of that. Uh, it's normal for a lot of people,
Yeah.
but it's not for me. Mainly because I'm quite camera shy.
Okay.
Uh, in both photos and videos for my whole life right.
Yeah.
So I think during this period, right, I don't know, I just felt that I felt a bit stagnant in my life. I wanted to push myself to do something that I am not comfortable with, just to see how it goes. Because I personally feel that the idea of, oh, I want to just stay at home and not do anything,
Yeah.
it's actually it, it's not true lah. in a sense. Once you've experienced it, then then you'll understand what I mean. It will get very, very boring, right? I hear some people say that, oh, I just want to stay at home and sleep and not do anything. Yeah, you do that for 1 week. You see how long you can take it. Then after that, you will get bored already. And then you want to go and do something,
Yeah.
you know. So I was in that phase for quite a while. And
Wow. Okay.
yeah, and then I realized that, this is not healthy for my brain, not healthy for everything. And so that's why, I started to do stuff to um push myself lor, like to not just be in a stagnant state, and just to see, how things go for me lah. And that is also one of the contributing factor to happiness law, for my, like, what is happy for me lah. Right, just being in my room for the whole day playing computer games, right, doesn't make me happy, because it doesn't, I don't grow, right? I don't experience new things, right? I mean, for me, I cannot, for the next, I mean, I don't see myself lah for the next, I don't know, 20 to 30 years just doing the same thing every day. I cannot do that, right? It's just not for me.
I see.
Yeah. To me, life is about experiencing stuff, lor. Yeah. So
Right.
so yeah. So that has been my why I wanted to do this podcast.
To try new
And
things, to explore new areas.
yeah, because I never know where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
Just try it, and I think it's quite exciting
Yeah.
to try something new.
Yeah.
And what's the worst that can happen, right?
Yeah. What's the worst can happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Then um I mean, initially all along, I find it quite cringy, when I see myself on Zoom. Not like now, but when I first started doing Zoom, and
Okay.
I see myself on Zoom, I'm like, oh my god, then I will start to notice, like this small area, I don't like, yeah,
Yeah.
like you become very very critical of yourself, when in fact nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just don't really care about you that much, except yourself. But it's a,
We overthink stuff more
yeah,
often
we
than not.
overthink, yeah, which actually affects our mental health.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
It does. Yeah.
yeah. So after doing a lot of Zooms, then I became so comfortable with it. Then you know. Then I think back at hindsight, like, actually,
Yeah.
when I first started doing Zoom, I also okay what, like, at first when I first started doing Zoom, I was very scared, right, not comfortable seeing myself on Zoom and all that kind of stuff. But then now I'm like, no kick, right, no problem.
Like your meetings and stuff like with your
Yeah, yeah.
clients. Yeah.
Right, everything
Yeah.
lah, everything lah. Yeah. So
I see.
now that's why I want to try doing like podcast, seeing myself on a video. Is it gonna be? Do I find it cringy? Yes. Do I find it like, oh my god? Then I
No,
start.
but you sound perfectly good, man. Like you look
Thinking,
fine. Yeah, yeah, legit. Like just free flow, man. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's the whole point of the podcast. This whole podcast thingy, it's like supposed to be a conversation between the both of us. It's supposed to be a very it's just a conversation thing like like just us meeting real life and talk about life or whatever it is for that matter. Yeah. So I guess like for me this the whole journey thingy about happiness is like is something that I feel like when I look back, right, I feel like a bit it's what it for me was a lot of things were affected lah, like like business, relationships and things like that. And to me it's more of a conscious effort that people needs to make about getting up every morning. I want to make a conscious effort that I want to be happy today. Is that really the prioritize it in your mind lah, I guess that's my definition or my take, like I think a lot of times people take happiness like, oh, I just do things that makes me happy, but you know, it's more than that. It's more of like it's a conscious thing that we must really put it every, you know, like every decision, or like if you're gonna do something, buy something, or even mixing with a circle of friends, like if I'm gonna mix with this particular individual, will it make me happy? So all these little things will add up to your happiness. It's not about the big thing. It's not about the materialized. It's not about having this setup. It's like, it's more than that. And that's to me like, that's how I take happiness is about lah. It's the conscious effort, going through that phase. And that's why I stay away from social media, because if I'm going to read something, an article, I mean, especially the recent news, about the River Valley school. You heard about it, right? The case. I mean, it's really. I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, lah. Like it's a very sad news, right? And I don't want to bog down and read too much into it. Read people comment, because it's really hurting, and I'm sure the victim families, or the other party families also is hurting in both different ways, so so that's why we don't want to be we want to stay away from such news and stuff. This is real thing, it's not, I think happiness, a lot of time people like things that, oh, it's about enjoying, laughing, having that people around you. But it's most of the time, I think it's more of the internal stuff, it's your mind, your what's going on inside. I'm not going to sit here and pretend and say that, oh, I'm happy 24/7. I'm not going to lie, but you have to be aware about like your own emotions, right? Like you got to snap out of it, like, hey, I'm feeling a bit uneasy right now. Why am I feeling a bit uneasy? Why am I feeling a bit discomfort? And then if you don't feel good about something, right, then hey, why am I feeling this way? You gotta like constantly talk to yourself, to dig deep and find that inside, yeah. That's how I find my own happiness, by always being aware of my emotions, keeping my emotion in check. That's what I'm trying to say lah. Sorry if I'm a bit long-winded and stuff, because I'm a bit, long-winded in that sense.
It's okay.
But
So what makes you happy?
what makes me happy is okay, simply put, number one, my relationship with God. I think this is the first thing that I work upon and that changed my life. I think for me, I needed to fix this thing. I'm not saying I'm a super perfect religious person or whatnot. No. But it's that conscious effort of always be thankful that I'm alive, and that He has given me a life to breathe and live, and keeping this in me all the time. Because let me share a bit. A bit of uh, how I actually find my own is contentment is the right word? Is it a right word?
Feeling
Like
content, ah.
feeling content, right? So the journey was that back then I always believe what other people have to say. I always believe people advice. I always believe in exterior things, last time got these bullshit crystal stones. I'm gonna give you an example, right? I'm just gonna put it out there. This stupid crystal stone, right? How people believe that it gives you a form of energy, whatever bullshit. I used to believe in all this rubbish. Then one day something struck me. If why I can believe in all these things, why can't I just believe in myself once, right? If I can make a conscious effort to believe on all these bullshit things, why can't I believe in myself? Why can't I do that? I'm being unfair to myself, right? I'm being bullshit to myself. I'm not treating myself well. So, and that's for me. It's a self awareness that I need to realize. Hey, this shit it has to stop. So the moment I shift that that whole frequency from one dimension to the other, my whole life changes. Is
But
that that
why do
simple shift.
why do you think like when I mean previously why you think that you you want to believe in that?
Because the lack of self-belief in myself, the lack of confidence, right?
Mm,
I needed to believe in these little things to feel good about myself. Fuck off.
mm.
It's rubbish. Whoever believe in these things is, they are probably insecure about themselves as well. You know, to me, yes, is, you can argue it's God's creation, all these things you have to, but ultimately, we are all God's creation. Then what about ourselves? God created us, and we are much more valuable than a piece of stone. Hey, hello.
So you mean to say that you feel that in the past you felt that the stone was more valuable than you lah?
Yeah, in that sense, yeah. Like all these rubbish things, not only stones, people, gurus, mentors. I feel like looking at them, they are much more, experienced. They know more and stuff. But now I have trust issues. I mean, and it's good, right? It's a good trust issues. I'm not saying it's a bad trust issue, because I feel like the path to seeking your happiness is always to protect your own space. Like, it's good that you have trust issues. Why should I believe 100% of whatever you're gonna say? Like, I need to protect my happiness before I can believe whatever you're gonna say. Even if you say something that is true, I'm still gonna take a pinch of salt. And then I'm gonna go back and think about it and analyze and reflect, and then maybe I would decide what's best for me. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that there's two sides of the coin here. Like one
yeah,
side you can say that, oh, now everyone all say this, I don't know who to believe, then therefore I think that everyone is lying. So that's one side of the coin. The other
yeah,
side of the coin, you can think of that, because everyone is saying a lot of stuff now. There's a lot of information flowing.
yeah.
I I can train myself to be more vigilant in terms of finding out the whether the source is truthful or not.
Yeah,
You get what I mean? So
yeah.
you train your mind to be more
Smart, no? Aware.
yeah lah, that you don't believe everything that people say,
Yeah.
and at the same time you go and fact find lah, which I think is very very important.
Yes.
Rather than to just believe whatever people say, because last time before the internet or that whatever, like maybe in your neighborhood, the neighborhood guru or whatever say something, right?
Yeah.
You don't know true or not, but because you cannot find out from another village or something, so you just believe.
Correct.
But with the internet now,
Yeah.
there is so much information everywhere. um you can, instead of like saying, wow, there's so much information, I don't know true or not, then you just like explode, or you know really go and take it in and then go and do your own research.
Yeah.
It trains your mind, right, to become better.
Yeah.
You know what I
Become,
mean?
so you don't stupidly blindly follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be more
This.
informative lah.
Yes, and this is a way of protecting your happiness, because you know why? If we believe whatever people say, and then at the end we do the wrong move, we become angry, right?
Mm.
And when what happens, we become angry, we lose the sense of happiness, right? So I think a lot of times people can do things that makes them happy, but they forget one thing, is to protect the space of their own happiness, right? Because like, I have this space within me that this is my happiness. The moment I know somebody's gonna come in and disrupt this space of mine, I'm like, hey, you know stay away, because I know what you're trying to do. So let's not let that happen. That's how I got myself into debt also last time. All these thing is the path of how I seek my happiness, because back then when I got myself into debt, is because the is that I don't know how to protect my own space of happiness. And eventually I believe whatever people say, slash my card, credit cards, whatever, and I got into debt eventually. So all these little things is it affects your happiness. So I think most of the time you have to learn to protect your space of happiness, and that is very very important.
Now, last time for me, I was very insecure.
Yep.
Uh, I think 3 years back. 3 years back. 3 years back onwards. Um, ever since I was a kid, I was very insecure, and I always thought that, um, to be happy, I need to make others happy.
Okay.
Yeah, that is me lah. Last time, so
Okay.
I always tried to do things for others in hopes that they will return happiness to me to make me feel happy for myself. You get it?
Yeah.
Instead of asking myself what makes me happy, what can I do that will make me more satisfied with my life,
Right.
rather than yeah lor, rather than so instead of doing that, I go and do the other, which um I mean it never works out lah,
Yeah.
because you are letting other people control your happiness. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The output doesn't equal the input lah, in a way. So let's say you put in some effort to help people or to do whatever thing for others, right? Then the receiving party, they may or may not know how to give back to you,
Yeah.
in what manner. Maybe they want to give back, but they don't know how much to give back. They don't know what to give back also, right? Then end up you get disappointed.
Yeah.
Then it's a very weird equation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's also not the other party's fault, what? Because the party also don't know what to do also, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, they so for me last time, I will do a lot of stuff, like I will buy a lot of drinks, buy a lot of food, spend a lot of money for other people, all this kind of thing. Then when things don't go my way, I get angry, like why this person never appreciate me, I don't want to do already, all this kind of thing. So uh and it keep happening again and again and again and again. So then I ask myself, lor, like why this keep happening to me? Because I mean, if it's a repeating pattern, right, is me really, what?
Yeah.
Right.
Your
So
subconscious. Yeah.
yeah, is me really. Like cannot be everyone around me,
Yeah.
is a
At
bad
fault.
person. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of seeking external validation, then I start to look at myself, lor. That as I get to, so I will go like watch YouTube and see how others, how they define happiness,
Yeah.
and then what they do, and that's when I realized that happiness is not a moment, meaning like you don't. I will do something, therefore I am happy. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. It
Happiness
doesn't.
is a constant state of
Actions.
I would say mindset. Every
True.
day
True.
it's an everyday thing. Yeah,
Yes.
right.
True. Yes.
And
Yes.
and
Agreed.
and it is also at the same time not possible to be happy 24/7.
No,
It's
it's not.
just not realistic,
Yeah.
right?
It's not. Yes.
Yeah. So how I define happiness to me is more of an average of emotions, if that makes sense. So there will be highs, there will be lows, right?
Yeah.
So, but on the average, right, if I am at peace,
Yeah.
I
That's
am
happy.
am contented,
Yeah.
I don't complain, and I look forward every day to my life,
Yes.
then okay, that to me
Yeah.
is happy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah,
get the point. Yes. You get
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
like if I were to compare last time when I was working in a bank, every day I wake up, right, I hate my life. Like really, I just wake up, then I think, wow, shit, man, I need to work for the next 12 hours. Well,
Yeah.
last time I worked in a bank is like 10 to 12 hours shift one. It's
Holy
very
shit.
shag one.
This is long, man.
It's very shag one.
Yeah.
Then I hated my life. I mean, did I make money? Yes, I did, but I didn't enjoy the process. So
Yeah.
it was a matter of time before I quit lah.
Yeah.
Um, and also, so I think I really think that being happy is a state of mind, and you must know what what areas are you I would say lacking in order to achieve that state of contentment, rather than trying to chase one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Like last time for me, I chase material stuff. Yeah, I got it, but then it's repeat. You get me?
Yeah.
Then I felt that, so when last time, whenever I bought something material,
Yep.
I had a hit of dopamine in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dopamine is a feel good hormone
Yeah. Feel
for
good.
our
Yeah.
for, yeah. Like I don't know. Let's say people give you stuff, right? Or you receiving new things or what, you will get hit with dopamine, lah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but it's a temporary thing. Oh.
Yeah.
You get ready and then okay, that's it. Yeah. So it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Cannot be every day I go and buy new thing, right? It doesn't make sense, what?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I think more importantly is what are you doing every day that makes you feel satisfied with your life? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a constant effort.
Yeah lah,
Yeah.
correct. And there is no such thing as okay, I wake up, I am going to be happy. Then oh, it's butterflies already. It's a constant work in progress.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was probably contented with my life,
Mm.
for example. Then fast forward to today, I feel like I am not growing. I want to
Yeah.
try something new.
Yeah.
Okay, then I shall take action steps to see what is it that I do that will make me feel energized. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking forward to this kind of thing. So all these are different stages in our life. Like I think it's very important to first acknowledge that our life has many, many, many stages, right? And it's not possible to say that, hey, last time I do this, I was very happy. Now I'm not doing, I'm not happy. Is something wrong with me? No.
You just want to move on to another.
Yeah lah.
Yeah, for example, like for me, right, even for games, if I find like the game don't bring any joy or happiness in me, I move on.
Yeah lah.
I move on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I move on.
I think the culture, they call it cancel culture, very toxic, or like the this mentality that, oh, when I do something, I must do it for forever. If
Yeah.
not, I am a bad person or whatever. Where got such thing? No such thing, right?
Yeah.
But of course, there has to be a balance. Don't be extreme. Like
Yeah.
for example, let's say you are helping someone, get something done. You provide a service or whatever. Get the job done first,
Yeah.
right? Don't like don't implicate others, lah, I would say. Don't burden others.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But at the same time, if once the thing has been done and you don't feel like doing it, then it's okay lah. Then don't do lah, right? I think it's important to be aware in your head. What do you enjoy doing? Being aware about it, and just taking steps to making it happen lah.
I agree on what you say. Like we won't have, like it's not 24/7 that you're gonna be happy. There were times that you got a little bit angsty. That's normal, but you need to be aware of that emotions and get it out the window, and then move on. Yeah, and not bogged down with that emotion and carry it wherever you go, every fucking time. I think that's our first F word of the podcast.
No, you said it. You
Congratulations.
said it. You said it previously already. I got
Oh,
noticed.
serious ah?
This is the second one.
Second F word. Yeah. But yeah, man, like shit, like I'm telling you, bro, like if I were to look back in my life back then, or how I was so naive, about how I actually live my life, thinking that oh, if I do this, make this, do this, I'll be happy, like yeah, but.
Yeah.
But sometimes we are forced to do things that is good for others. Yes, we might not be happy, not say happy, we don't like it. There's a difference, right? We don't like it, but we need to help, because that person needs that help, and we need to offer. We are sometimes in life, we are put in a position where we have to offer our help.
Yeah, yeah.
we
So
we have to do it because it's part of the process, right? Even though we don't like it, but we need to tell ourselves, hey, I'm contributing something because the person needs that help. He or she doesn't have a choice, right? And you know how the situation is like, so like, okay, you know what, why not I sacrifice a bit of my effort, and help out, and don't get me wrong, yeah, I'm not saying sacrifice my happiness, no. Sacrifice my time, to help, and I think that's okay, because that shows character, that you are not being selfish, because sometimes people are so happy about their own happiness, protecting the space, and then they become selfish, and this is also another problem. I think we cannot have that attitude, man. uh, you know this is my take. Yeah, this is my
yeah,
take. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I believe a lot in balance in life,
Yeah.
and uh try not to take extremes. I think taking extremes is
Extreme is bad.
too much of anything is not good.
Yes, too much of
Yeah.
anything is
So
not
so
good.
yeah. So that's why I say happiness. Actually, if you think about it, happiness is a balance of highs and lows.
Yeah.
You cannot always be high.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when there is a balance of highs and lows, right, you actually appreciate the highs more. You get it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are times where you you feel like you are tired, whatever you're doing is not working out, it's hard, you feel like giving up, and then if let's say you persevere, then you manage to overcome the obstacle.
Yeah.
That makes that just that much stronger, that you feel accomplished, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is one of a key factor that one of the hormone that is I forgot, is it endorphin or also dopamine, but when you able to overcome an obstacle, right, you feel accomplished.
I think it's
And
the E word. I think that's the.
endorphin.
Yeah.
Yeah lah. So
Yeah.
that happens, like why people do sports, um, and why they want to keep pushing themselves,
It
right?
release.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing if you think about it. Even for games, why so competitive? Why people enjoy the competitive
Games.
environment, right?
Yeah, because the
Yeah, yeah.
win, it makes you happy.
Correct,
But
correct.
those are just short term,
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just short
So
term.
correct. So in fact, if I forgot which study was done, but actually in the super high level professional, especially for esports, they don't really enjoy winning. They in fact they enjoy more when they are fighting people who are on par with them. Like it's a challenge.
Right. Like because the sense of growth, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
a sense of,
Yeah.
oh, there's a challenge, okay.
Correct.
Even
They don't.
they lose, there's effort.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So this is scientifically proven one. And also even the pros also say like they don't care about the prize money and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we talk about the super high level lah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, those
Usually
esports,
those that usually those that just play for the money. Usually they don't go up to the super high level one lah,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they do it because they genuinely love the
The challenge.
correct, and they want to
Yeah.
keep pushing themselves. So
Yeah.
the same, so that is
And
also a
better
state of mind.
version, yeah, a
Yeah,
better version.
and if you think about it, that is why I'm doing this today also, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do I want to be the number one podcast in the world? I mean,
Hey, you never know,
probably
bro.
not lah, yeah, right? Yeah. So,
Number
but
one in the country.
to me, yeah. So to me, I don't care about all that, right? To me, I
Yeah.
care more about today.
Just doing it.
Yeah, just doing it, enjoying the process, and
Yeah,
then
enjoying the
how it
process.
goes.
Yeah.
How does it make me feel? If I enjoy it, I can do one more.
Yeah.
And if the second one I still enjoy it, I keep doing more and
Yeah.
keep doing and doing and doing,
I
right?
think
So
I've find fuck it lah, bored already.
yeah, correct. I mean that is life, right?
Yeah.
So it's about experimenting with new experiences
Yeah.
and then see how you feel about it.
Yes, I
Uh,
agree.
so
Yeah.
so that to me is that and all these kind of experiences, like you have to do law. You have to dedicate your time and effort to want to do it, and not just sit in your bed and then asking yourself, why am I not happy? Can I eat a pill to make me happy? It doesn't work like that. Yeah, you have to
But
put in effort.
from what I'm hearing right from you, there's a bit of different actions to form that happiness, which is perfectly fine, perfectly okay. So what's your definition or take on everlasting happiness? And this everlasting, right, it's something that even if I touch wood, I don't want to be saying anything, that even if I lose something, like it won't make me go crazy mad or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to give a right definition for this, but I think you get my point. Yeah. So what's your everlasting happiness for you?
I think it will boil down to what are your priorities in life, right? I mean, okay, so I think everyone, whether they are aware or not, we all have our own priorities in life,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So it's whether or not you acknowledge it and whether or not you actually put in effort to maintain it, right? So um, I see a lot of people, they are actually not conscious about it. That means they just then they just walk away, right? But they don't understand that actually, or means this one is not a priority. Then they avoid. This is a very common thing. Avoidant personality. They avoid confronting the issue or whatever. So for me, my top three priorities in my life are: number one is health.
Okay.
Okay. Second one is relationships.
Okay, that's good. Uh-huh. Okay.
Third is finances lah.
Okay.
All right. So
Nice. Yeah.
yeah. So to me, first health. Why health most important? No health, you no need to do anything really.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. If I mean, if you cannot even get up from your bed, then there's no point in thinking about, oh, what do I want to do that makes me happy. It's
Yeah.
totally out of the equation already, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, health is the number one most
Yes.
important thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if so, every day if I see that I'm healthy, I'm not sick, I can eat what I want, me in a healthy way, meaning like
Yes.
I don't starve myself. At the
Yeah.
same time, I don't eat what all the unhealthy shit that that is out there. I make it a balance. So
Yes.
meaning, I eat maybe like let's say I want to eat carbs or fried food or whatever. I eat, but I do it moderately. That means a balance lah.
Yeah.
At the same time, I go and work out,
Yep.
exercise, so that I can enjoy the other things, right? So there is a balance right there, so I don't
Nice.
feel deprived, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So that is for me, health
Yeah.
lah. Second thing, relationships. So I personally believe, right, in the whole world, regardless of whatever you're doing, right, the whole world revolves around relationships. There were people who disagree with me, but based on the past, that means history wise, it is how do I put it? It has been like that for ever since humans were born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like human beings are social creatures by nature. We want to connect with people. We want to talk to people. We want to share things with people. We want to uh we want to have people around us that we can be vulnerable to. Right? It's whether or not we want to or not. That's a different story. Right? But we want to have that freedom, say that, you are my friend. Can I share some stuff with you? I feel, you know, you want to be able to unload
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than just keeping it in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And for those that all constantly keep in yourself, that is where bad things happen lah. Like, I talk about extreme lah, murder lah, suicide lah, all this kind of thing. Yeah, and this has been like that. And the reason why our suicide cases have been going up for the past, I think, 10 to 20 years is a lot has to do with uh, let's say, social media and how society
Yeah.
perceive.
Again, the protecting of happiness, right? That space. Yeah.
Yeah, lor, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Because I think one key factor is because of social media, people think that they need to keep up with how others are portraying themselves, and then therefore they want to be like them. But
Yeah.
it's not who they are.
Yeah.
And in the process of that they become unhappy, lor.
Yeah.
they think that by following others who look happy, they will be happy, but in fact, it's counterproductive, and not they be unhappy.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
That is I think is something quite,
I agree.
yeah, quite like not good lah, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I value a lot about relationships. And relationships is not saying, oh, I want to have many friends as possible. No, we only have a certain amount of time and effort that we can give to people. So I value uh the deep relationships that I have with the people around me. That means I choose who I want to invest my time and effort in the different kind of people in my life. Will some people go away, drift? For sure. I mean, this is life, right? But we do our best to maintain as well as possible.
Yep.
If life happens, then so be it, lor. Don't get hung up on it. Don't get attached to it. Um, Maybe you know your priorities and their priorities don't match,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
and that's okay, lah. Right?
That's
Right?
why. That's why in life I also learned that don't have expectations.
Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah.
it
Correct.
sounds. It sounds. It sounds. Like we are avoiding. Actually, we are not. We just keep our expectation. Hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't,
Uh,
yeah,
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 correct, lor. And
yeah.
and that's how I also see. Don't have.
Too high expectation. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Keep your expectation
The,
moderately.
the higher expectation you have, the
Yeah.
higher chance of disappointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like people
And
always pushing themselves, trying to like achieve that something, high
mm,
expectation. Even for me, streaming or doing YouTube content, I don't have expectation. I'm not going to care if I'm going to have like 100 subscribers on my YouTube or how many viewers I have. I have zero expectation. I just keep doing.
yeah,
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I mean, I will still put in the work. You know, whether the conscious effort and the strategically, right? Of how I market my Twitch or how I market my YouTube or things like that. If it happens, it happens.
yeah,
Same goes to my business also. Like I just run Google Ads. I know I have done my part and I know I beautify the whatever it takes. And if I happen to get this client, then it's meant to be. Yeah.
I think for me is like, I think it's okay to have expectations, but don't push it onto other people. So for me, my
No, that's true.
expectation is on myself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Because that one I have control over, ma. I can
Yes,
control how much effort I put in. I can control
yes.
how much time and what do I want out of it, all this kind of stuff. But I cannot control what other people are gonna do.
Yeah,
And so if I put expectations on other people, I'm setting myself up for disappointment. It's
yeah, exactly.
like that already,
Don't
right?
don't
So
don't put 100% trust lah. Yeah,
yeah, so I that's why I do have expectations, but it's all on myself, oh, right? So
yes.
like for my work,
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make sure that my work is good, like hard, better than average. Constantly pushing myself. Make sure it's better than the market in order to stay competitive. Stuff like that, lah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
But
okay.
yeah,
There's a
at the
healthy expectation, right? Yeah,
right, yeah,
yeah.
at the same yeah. So but at the same time, I don't expect my clients to be the best client. Yeah, I don't expect my clients to be like, wow, Kelvin, you get me no result, never mind, I will still pay you. I don't like, I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that happens, then I feel blessed.
You can set standards, what kind of client you
Yeah.
want, right? You
Yeah.
can set, but you cannot expect all these clients, the standards that you set, all you're gonna get, because some days
Yeah.
you're gonna get, just average
Yeah.
ones.
And also it boils down back again to what you call it, balance. Oh.
Yeah, correct,
Yeah,
balance.
there's new balance of everything. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. Do I have bad days? I think I have more bad days than good days. But that's life, all right. You cannot
Yeah,
always have good days, what, right?
yeah,
So
cannot,
so
yeah.
yeah.
But
So
you learn to live through the bad days,
yeah, lor, yeah, lor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Then
learn
oh
to
yeah,
change the bad days.
then my last point, my last priority would be the my finances. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think finances are is I feel is very underrated and overlooked.
yeah. I
Like you
agree.
don't like if you don't manage your finances well, then you cannot do what you want to do, lor.
Yeah.
Right? If you just, I mean, so we are not being taught in our school how to manage our
Yeah,
finances,
we're not taught.
and
Yeah.
that's a very big problem.
Yes.
How to your income, then what should you be putting your money, here and there.
The
All this,
basics, they don't teach the basics. We don't expect like super deep stuff,
yeah,
just
correct.
basics.
Yeah, correct. Lor. So
Yeah.
all this kind of thing, uh, is I learned over time.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
the like I think the main thing that when it comes to finances and what I'm spending my money on, uh, I think these 2 years I learned the one takeaway is, do I need it or do I want it? Right.
Okay, okay.
So if I just want it, I usually don't buy it. Like is I will push it all the way back, right, until like maybe 1 to 2 months. If I still want it, right, and my finances can support, right,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. So cause at the same, I don't want to deprive myself. You see, it will become unhealthy. If for example, like the whole year, I keep thinking I want it, I want it. Then it's on the back of your mind. Then it's very unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I can hold it off for a while,
Yeah.
why not? Yeah,
Yes.
it's not urgent. But if it's a need and it's urgent, then just settle it lah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that, so these are all the important, like what I learned for myself and how I managed to come to in a state of happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can always talk about money again in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk about finance on the next podcast show, which
Yeah.
will be inviting our next guest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will be pretty soon. Yeah, I think she's more capable to guide us through that set
Yep.
of conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think I mean, looking back, 2 years, just actually just 2 years ago, I was a very insecure dude.
yeah. Okay,
That
okay.
that
Insecure in what sense? Like,
I always felt like I needed other people to,
validate.
yeah, I always need outside law, like how do I put it? Whenever I want to do something, I want to make a decision or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I will always want an external source of, um it can be a comment or a yes, you know what I mean? A yes. Or yeah, that is good, right? And it is very, very toxic to me. Last now, I mean, when I think back, so that means if someone tell you it's not good, means you're not going to do. But
Yeah.
what if you really want to do it? You get it?
Yeah.
Then if then just because someone say it's not good and then you don't do, but in your back of your mind you want to do, then like yeah, it's only going to make it unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah lah. So that's why I think it's very important to really take responsibility for your life, and what do you really want lah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think as long as you are not overextending yourself, meaning you are not taking that, or like let's say you want to do something, or you
Yeah.
need to go and take that. I think that is unhealthy already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's like, I don't know, if you want to do a podcast, then just do lah.
Yeah.
But you scared people care about you, or they comment, this person talks funny and all that.
If you want to do something, just do it. Like whatever, regardless, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, just do it.
yeah, ask yourself, lor, what is the risk in doing it?
Yeah.
What's the risk of me coming into doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's no risk. Yeah.
Well, there's literally no risk,
Yeah.
right? The risk is on. I mean, the only downside for me is whether am I comfortable, hearing my own voice, and
You
seeing
will get
myself.
used to it. You will get used to it.
Yeah, seeing myself
If
on camera.
if I can get used to my voice,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you can as well.
Yeah, so
Because
it's
I receive a lot of critics about my voice,
yeah,
and that affects my self confidence.
you know. So these are all the like by do so. by doing stuff like this that makes me uncomfortable and
Yeah.
I can overcome it, it actually improves my self-esteem.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself, knowing that I
Sure.
can
Yeah.
actually do things that I'm comfortable with,
Yeah.
right? So that makes me happier lah, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to think about it on a more extreme end, also is that when we leave Earth,
Yeah.
right, we don't think about what we have done. We think about what we haven't done, right? We regret. I wanted to should have done this. I should have done that. So don't live life with regrets lah, right? If you want to do something, just do lah, right? As long as I mentioned lah, it doesn't overextend yourself lah, right?
Yeah.
Cause for me, I think I face what you call it, I almost lost my eyes for a period of time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I think like
What
I think
happened? Like lost your eyes in what? Like
I cannot see for 3 days.
oh, what happened?
Totally cannot. I got dry eyes. Because I got dry eyes, I don't know
Yeah.
Then I will rub my eyes a lot. Then as
Oh my
the
god.
it's a prolonged thing one
When was
So
that? When did it happen?
I think last year lah.
Oh.
So as it went on, I keep rubbing until one point, right, my cornea scratched.
Is it like something subconscious they're doing to self-sabotage? Is it like
No.
because
It's like it's a real thing that
oh,
my eyes are dry in general. Because I
okay.
face computer all the time. Then
Oh.
so when I go and sleep, then I wake up, right, because my eyes is dry. When I open my eyes, my eyelid will scratch my cornea.
So what did the doctor say?
My cornea got scratched lah.
Then after that, how do you recover
Just
from
use
it?
eye drops and let it heal naturally,
Oh.
Yeah, but I couldn't see for 3 days. I only
Damn.
on the third on the second day, then I went to A&E.
Wow.
On the first day, right, I could still open my eyes, but it's like maybe 10% of the time only. Then the second day when I wake up, I totally cannot open my eyes.
Yeah.
Then I was damn scared. I was like, what is going on? So I go A&E straight away.
Yeah.
A&E, it's not say I go polyclinic or whatever. It's straight away A&E really.
Yeah.
Then I mean, just imagine you cannot see. You cannot see for, don't talk about 3 days. I think for most of us, we cannot even see for one day. We already scared already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's
that opened,
unfortunate, but I mean, I'm glad that everything went well, bro.
yeah. So that opened my eyes to things all like don't wait lah. Like if something that you can do while you're still alive, then just do lor. Why you want to you wait for what?
Yeah.
Wait for the sun to rise from the west. What the heck? Usually it's we ourselves stopping ourselves.
Yeah. It's our own yeah. Usually that's the case.
Yeah. Are there things that I'm scared of doing also? Of course.
Yeah, of course.
But,
Yeah.
but do I want to
I'm afraid of taking mummy rides at USS. I fucking hate heights.
so
But if you ask me, will I overcome it? I probably won't.
yeah.
It's something that I think I'd rather stay away from.
Yeah, correct. So you see, so there has to be the awareness of yourself. Like, is it something that you want to overcome, or you are okay not overcoming it?
I'm okay not
then it doesn't.
overcoming
So it doesn't affect your state of mind, You get it?
Yeah.
So
I'm okay.
So that's why I say it's important to be aware of what your state of mind and what do you want to do lah. Yeah, if it's something that you really really want to try, just go and try lah. Right. Yeah, and I think too much of society's expectations is very poisonous.
Yeah.
Oh, you must do this. Oh, you must do that. You know what I mean?
That's why all this I learned, over the years is protecting your space, and I think it's underrated. That I think it's something that people needs to be aware of also. People can advise and stuff, but you need to have your own be aware of your space. So that people don't let people get into it easily and whatnot.
Yeah, correct. I agree.
I think I don't know what else. Is there anything else you want to add, Kelvin, to this session of conversation? I think it went pretty good though. I mean, it went pretty well. We shared a couple of good insights, and
Yeah.
experiences. I think overall, for me, happiness is something that is either short term or you need to find something that's everlasting. It require both sides, and it's a conscious effort that you need to always remind yourself, and be aware, what you like, what you don't like, and be aware of your space, and learn to protect your space. If people try to get into your space, like, then tell them to fuck off if you need to, if
Don't be
you,
rude lah. Don't be.
it's okay to be rude. Like some people, they need to be fucking self-aware. Like, hey, fuck off. You're pissing me off. Sorry, I get a bit too extreme. Hey, this is all part of the drama of the podcast session, lah. It's called just convo. It's a conversation. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's my take of happiness. Yeah, and thanks for sharing your insight as well, Kevin. It was very good insight. I learned a couple of things from you as well. You
But am I
you
your guru? No.
uh, you are my friend, not a guru. So you gave a very good three priorities inside. For you is health, and then a relationship, and what do you call that? The last one, financial.
Yeah.
And three top priorities, which is very good, very good, very good sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think for the viewers, they also can start looking into their priorities, what they need to prioritize in their life, that needs to, yeah.
I think this priority thing is very very important because especially in current times we are so busy. We are so caught up
Yeah,
in being so busy that we don't actually take time for ourselves when we should be
exactly,
priority
yeah,
when in actual fact we should be prioritizing ourselves.
yeah.
But because of how the world is happening, we actually prioritize others instead of ourselves.
If you want to look on a spiritual or religious perspective, right? I know this sounds a bit cliche, but if you happen to be religious or believe in God, then you should prioritize God first.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
whatever
just,
works your.
yeah, whatever works, whatever works. But at least that's for me, is to have that prioritize our relationship with God is very important for me, and so I don't fall back and follow and believe in whatever nonsense I used to believe back then. It's a
Mm,
form of betrayal. I forgot to bring this out. Uh, I kind of betray God. How can I say I believe in God, and I love God, and then I believe in all these things, and don't believe in God? That clear, that is a is on a different, you know it's a form of betrayal, and that's something that was what makes me unhappy. If I'm being honest and truthful, right? Yeah, is that relationship that I managed to close, with God. That's the thing that I'm really happy about. Yeah.
mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this podcast session has been very good. I think
Yeah, we can.
yeah, I
Do you
think we
want
can
any
always.
closing? You want to do the?
Um,
We can do wagla closing.
I think at the end of the day, every human being wants to be happy. Uh, I feel people who say no, happiness is not something. I think that's a lie. They're just not being honest with themselves. Um, it's like if people on their deathbed who don't want to live happy, like it doesn't make any sense, right? Every
Yeah.
human being wants to be happy, right?
Yeah,
So
every human being,
yeah, it's just whether or not they are
whether accepting the truth.
correct, whether they can accept it for themselves or not. So
Yeah, yeah,
um I think this journey is applicable to everyone, but yet everyone has a different journey.
yeah,
So it boils down to you yourself and how you navigate it for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, just how to say, you have to work on your self-awareness law, right?
Yes.
What you like to do, what you don't like to do, and how, how are your actions affecting others, at the same time how is it affecting you as well.
Yeah.
Right? It's all a balance lah. Like it's like we cannot live without friends, but at the same time we cannot have too much friends such that it's affecting us also. You get it?
Too
Yeah.
much drama.
Yeah, it's all balance. Oh, yeah. So I mean, if I want to leave it with that, I'll leave it with for people watching. It will be that lah. Just
Find that balance and
find a
meaning
balance in your life.
and find that balance in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, my balance was being able to do what I want to do in my career. At the same time, I also understand it is not 100%. I can do whatever the heck I want to do.
Yeah.
Right? It has to how do I put it? Coincide with what people want. In terms of like making money lah. In a sense, what are people willing to pay me money for? At the same time, how can I use my talents and skill set to do it?
Yeah.
Because that way, it will be sustainable and not boring lah. And it is a balance law. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of example that I can give also lah, but I think we leave that for another day.
Yeah. Perfect. Wonderful. Thanks, Kelvin. So, guys, I'm going to wrap up the whole session today. Thanks to the chat. I think Chris is around. Thanks, Chris, for hanging out and actually paying attention to our conversation. I hope there's a few things that we all can learn and take away from this session. And till we see you guys the next session. And if you like this sort of content, give us a follow on our social media. Subscribe to our YouTube space, YouTube channel. And that's it from me. And it's a cut. All right.
Hey, I think at the last part should say, okay, bye. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow.
I'm still live on stream, bro. I stopped recording, but we're still live on stream on Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's possible to cut the part where I left. Wow, it really sways. It's
Which part?
where I went to go and take my this one. There. I'm going to get the SIM card. Can cut or not? Walao, fucking sways.
I see what I can do lah. Yeah. All right, chat. I'm gonna call it a afternoon. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for lurking and whatnot.
Oh, got people watch.
Yeah, there's quite a number actually.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Just not sure whether they are lurking or they're actually watching. I'm not sure, but I know one of my friend Chris is he's watching.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah. A very good support from critical Chris. All right. Ciao guys. I'm gonna end the stream. Bye bye. Have a good one.